Well, colour us surprised! This is Ashley with WatchMojo, and today we're going to be counting down our picks for the top 10 anime that were way better than expected. For this list, we'll be going over the anime whose initial premises and first impressions led us to believe the shows would tank, but eventually ended up surprising us for the better. As always, you can catch me on Twitter at AshJBo, so head over there, give me a follow, and let me know which anime list you want to see next. Number 10, Zombieland Saga. Now we know what you're thinking. Zombie idols? Has Japan gone too far at last? The idea of creating an idol group out of zombie girls plucked from various eras of history sounds like a gloriously dumb idea, but the end result is actually far better than you'd expect. Well, I mean, it'd have to be. The comedy throughout the show is well done, and the show can really tug on your heartstrings, particularly in examining the backstories of said idols. Plus, you can count on your fingers the number of anime with good representation of certain characters, don't worry, we won't spoil, and Saga is certainly one of them. Number 9, the Helpful Fox Senkosan.
俺電気消し忘れたっけ?
おかえりなのじゃ。遅くまでお仕事お疲れ様じゃ。
Slice of life anime can be a bit hit or miss for some, and this one in particular raised some eyebrows. Senko-san follows an overworked salaryman who learns to relax again thanks to the attentions of the titular fox girl and her friends.
どうした?やっぱり遊びたくなってきたかの?
ああ、いえ。千子さんがあまりに綺麗で見とれていただけです。
Although lolly anime girls who are really 1,000 years old seems like fodder for any given harem anime, while there are romantic undertones, perversion is really not at the top of the list, and the show is more about learning to deal with stress while also featuring cute and fun characters interacting. Basically, it's pure comfort food.
米だ。美味しいお米の香りがする。
Number 8, Gundam Build Fighters. The Gundam franchise is pretty much synonymous with mecha anime, but it's also the biggest name in model mechs, which are also insanely popular in Japan, and I guess around the world. An anime focusing on the latter phenomenon seemed ridiculous, but it ended up being pretty awesome.
Battle start!
In this iteration, virtual battles are played out using Gunpla, with a major focus being on tournaments.
だから昨日言ったのにいいからガンプラ乗せろ早く
The result feels like a cross between Gundam and sports anime, which makes for addictive viewing, and all the hype that comes along with watching the characters try to be the best, like no one ever was.
2人なら進めるよーし
Number 7, Descending Stories, Shougen Roku Rakugo Shinju. A period drama about a traditional form of comedic Japanese storytelling called Rakugo. Descending Stories can be a tough sell based on its rather niche premise.
こんな大ネタもこなして一体どこまで行っちまうのかい
But if the meta-narrative of being a story about storytellers doesn't get you interested, then the compelling tales being told by the well-developed characters still might.
泣き言くれ。たまにゃ言ったらどうだ?
そっか、泣き言か。
All of them feel so fleshed out, and their dynamics with one another are a major highlight, driving the meaningful drama from start to finish. Layered, comedic, and tragic, this is one extensive story worth experiencing.
おめさんの乗ってる板まで惚れちまう。
話せるわけねえだろバカまた引き上げる
Number 6, The Rising of the Shield Hero. Isekai anime can be a dime a dozen these days. Not only that, but Shield Bro over here instantly drew controversy upon release. Transported to a new world, Naofumi is falsely accused shortly after his arrival.
まだ夜は明けてねえさとか言って私の服を無理やり引きちぎったんです
However, it's thanks in part to Naofumi's ruined reputation that this series manages to distinguish itself from others in the genre. This isn't the story of an overpowered, hyper-competent guy who can do no wrong. Naofumi is bitter and flawed, and is much less prepared than his peers in his quest to save the world. The show, like its protagonist, certainly has its sore spots, but they're ones a lot of us have found more appreciation for, to the point the series eventually became the isekai gold standard.
そんな奴らには死刑なんて生ぬるい。死ねばそこで終わりだ。こんな奴らがそれで済んでいいのか？ドレーモンも反応しなかった。
Number 5. How heavy are the dumbbells you lift? Do you even lift, bro?
動かないあこの強固さはまるでシベリアの
Exercise is usually something you either reluctantly perform or get way too into, so a show based around it seems destined to be a cult favorite at best. Yet, Sakura's journey to get her beach body turned out surprisingly fun for just about everyone. Not only is the show informative about various workouts, particularly upper body intensive ones, but it's also hilarious.
脊柱起立筋の3つに分けられるんだ。トレーニング法としてまずはシーテッドローイングを紹介しよう。
The character interactions are all very funny, and we'd be remiss if we didn't shine a spotlight on the living meme and god of muscles that is Macho.
81番44番3番105番7番56番
マチオさんクリスマスの平常運転だな
Number 4. Mr. Tonigawa, Middle Management Blues. Kaiji is an anime that hooked fans with its thrilling, high-stakes, gambling action. So when fans heard there would be a comedy spin-off focused on some of the antagonists, they were a little hesitant to roll the dice on it.
第三会議室再び
The series follows the title middle manager, Mr. Tonigawa, as he is forced to contend with the outrageous demands of his overbearing boss, as well as the antics of his subordinates.
どうやら川崎君インフルエンザらしくて
Despite some morally and legally questionable business practices, the characters are all highly entertaining and will have you laughing so much you'll forget that one time he nearly killed Kaiji.
これはフラッシュモブ
Number 3. Madoka Magica. Before it premiered, anime fans were highly skeptical of this particular parade of superpowered high schoolers. The magical girl genre had pretty much been done to death after all.
綺麗これがソウルジェム9名に選ばれた女の子が契約によって生み出す宝石よ
However, far from the happy-go-lucky adventure many were expecting, Madoka Magica goes to some dark places, exploring the negative consequences of becoming a magical girl, as well as the inherent risks, leading to some psychological horror. This, combined with the unforgettable characters, intriguing plots, and excellent action scenes, have made this an enduring hit that's still talked about to this day.
今度こそ決着をつけてやる
Number 2. BStars. Well, furries aren't for everybody, which is a major reason why most have looked at the sudden rise in popularity of this anime with reticence and bewilderment.
そういうのちゃんとあったってこと
But But rather than through the lenses of a particular subgenre, it's better to think of BStars as a natural extension of Zootopia, one that follows a society of anthropomorphic predator and prey trying to coexist, while also dealing with prejudices and personal growth. The fact that it's an anime set in a high school with a fantastical twist is par for the course, but it's an interesting spin on a familiar flavor that may unleash something new within you. Plus, the 3D animation is pretty killer.
彼女の言う通りだ。俺が肉食獣である以上、分かり合えるのは当然なんだ。
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Food Wars Shokugeki no Soma. Food competition shows are nothing new on TV, but an anime based on cooking contests doesn't sound like something that would set the world on fire. Yet the expansive cast of intriguing and diverse characters, exciting and creative cooking battles, and great animation have helped make this series a hit for several years. In fact, all the dishes look so delectably animated that we completely buy the various, foodgasms?
あれどうかしたんですかエイザン先輩ひょっとして俺の餃子うまいって思ってんすか
Basically, it's like if the Food Network was set in a high school and had a storyline with actual dramatic stakes. And waifus. So many waifus.
二人とも相応の働きをしたものね。すごいよすごい。相馬くんもナキリさんもおめでとう。いやめぐみもだってば。
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.